this off to Williams. Well, takes it all the way down to the 32. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about they picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So, at the 32-yard line. They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 30 yards there. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
They'll run it with Williams. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He's going to get it running right. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson toward the pylon, caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Richard Rodgers, his first touch the ball down the field and score on the opening drive.
It's never any fun, Brandon, when you're the defensive team and the first drive of the game, you give up a touchdown. The key is not to get down. Make those adjustments and come back for your next series with the intent of shutting them down.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their veteran QB, the former Delaware Blue Hen, Joe Flacco.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
First and 10 here for Flacco. Flushed out right. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Operating off play action. Flacco. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Barkevious Mingo. Coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Third and long for Joe Flacco. And this one is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty?
And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complementary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there. Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. On 2nd down, Wilson. Open man is Amari Darboh, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Play action. Now Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Room here to run. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. Here's carry number 1 for Kenneth Dixon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Flacco here on 2nd down. The 20. Wide open receiver, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A very solid gain of 27. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Flacco to throw the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Passing play, Flacco. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Now, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So, in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. This complete to Lockett. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out.
Let's go, get it, baby. Let's go. Check.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Here's Flacco. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Flacco gives off to Dixon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They go play action here on first down. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Flacco. It's caught by Crabtree. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And they'll run it here. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
2nd down, Flacco now. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens are in for 6.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any. Sometimes they work against a linebacker. Sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Is Seattle now ready to march out of the field? They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
They go play action with Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. This is brought in at the 21. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there at 22.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a handoff working right. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Doug Baldwin and company getting ready to go again on offense. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, Williams. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Now Wilson down around his goal line. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. I think you'd have to say this crowd here in Seattle, this 12th man, had something to do with that.
As well as the architect of this stadium. Combined with this crowd noise, makes it very difficult to run offense. And here, 2 points result for the defense.
It is deafening in here. So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Joe Flacco and company heading back out onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. He got hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Here's Flacco. Crabtree with it over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
A red zone first down for Flacco. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. Staying on his feet. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This just a 24-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports halftime report. Time for a look around the NFL here in week 3 of the new year. We'll begin with, let's call it a testy-esque rivalry in the NFL today. Cincinnati playing host to Pittsburgh in the AFC North. And it's the Bengals who have the lead in the second quarter. A.J. Green up near 100 yards receiving with a touchdown as well. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Sterling Shepard, a touchdown reception. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Baker Mayfield, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. In our game is the veteran quarterback Joe Flacco, who's led the way. His guys are out in front as we send you back up to the Pacific Northwest, where we rejoin Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. A first update now from Cincinnati, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. A.J. Green off to a big start catching the football in that one, up over 100 yards already. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Flacco. Now he'll escape to his right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there at 22. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And an alley to run. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And they'll go on the ground. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created a push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wilson, he'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it, make them do it again. We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know.
And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on that run.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They run it again with Williams. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on.
Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football, and it's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends, because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Play action, Flacco. He's going to rifle one deep left. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Coney Ealy in on the tackle.
They were stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
To pass, Flacco. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Flacco now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Flacco. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Barkevious Mingo in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they'll run it here. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Flacco looks to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Joe Flacco. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Tucker with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They begin the drive with Williams. They find some open field here. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
Here comes coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Wilson to lock it there for the Seahawk first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On first down, Wilson. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And that's incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Flacco off play action. And he's got Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 32 that time. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. Some extra space following the display of power down just inside the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, they go with Dixon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Rock it! Rock it! Back! Ready!
A break from the ground game here. Flacco. And this is caught at the 8. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Flacco. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Operating off play action, Flacco. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Coney Ely in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. Oh, the Seahawks come after it, and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati.
Applaud the play. That tells me the effort is still there. They have not folded 10, decided this game is over, but they're in a really precarious situation even after that big momentum swing.
Yeah, I think the 10's pretty much folded, but like you said, they haven't given up yet, right? The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And it's 3rd and short.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't it?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now they'll run it again with Penny. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll run with Penny. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere seeing that play. Focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Dixon on the give from Flacco. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout into this upcoming 2nd down play. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Right back to him on first down. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Whoa, Flacco's going to throw. Buying time to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Coney Ely able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Flacco steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey. 4 down. Hang on, Seth, wait. Red.
They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for Baltimore, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home